Also today, crews removed the deadly log on the Willamette River that killed 2 people in the past 2 weeks. Ellen Menny joins us tonight in the studio. And Ellen, how did it go out there today?
Well, at first it appeared to be a large root wad sticking out of the river. But as crews hoisted it up, it was clear that the log, and therefore the obstruction, was much bigger. The decision to remove the log comes after both a paddleboarder and a rafter died in 2 separate incidents. Authorities say they collided with the log and became entangled in the roots.
You have to prepare for it before you head out on the water. You need to be familiar with the places that you're going and what you might encounter.
The Oregon State Marine Board outsourced a logging company from Coos Bay to remove the log from the river.
A bit dangerous as well because the swift water running over it, that's the problem that we're trying to solve here today.
Crews began the process late in the morning. The Lane County Sheriff Office dive team was there in case any workers or onlookers fell into the river. So you can't see it right now, but crews are behind those brush and trees grabbing cable from a truck to bring down to this root wad to remove it from the river. After pulling the log out of the water, crews hoisted the log and secured it higher on the riverbank, where it will remain.
So it'd probably be a long period of actual erosion over a period of a long time before that thing would ever see the river again.
The entire log removal process took less than 2 hours. Live in the studio, Ellen Menny, KVAL News.
After 2 recent deaths on the Willamette River, a dangerous root ball was removed from the water today. KZI 9 News reporter Rhoda Kraus joins us live in the studio to show us what it took to remove it. Rhoda?
Well, Matt, within the last 2 weeks, 2 people have died after hitting that root ball just upstream from Clearwater Park in Springfield. And today, a timber company out of Coos Bay used a winch truck to pull it out.
About a half mile upstream from Clearwater, boat landing on the middle fork of the Willamette.
Wednesday morning, crews with Blue Ridge Timber Cutting came out to remove this.
It's basically a logging operation is what they're doing.
The tree fell into the Willamette River during a winter storm and has been creating a hazard here, especially since the river levels have dropped.
They're going to set a choker on that log, and then they'll hook it onto the winch truck.
Larry Walton's the company's spokesperson and says this winch truck is what's doing the heavy lifting.
The hay wire will go through the pulley and back to the truck, and then we'll grab the big cable, which is too heavy to haul down, by hand. It'll bring the big cable through the pulley and back up.
Once it's set, the big pull.
Trees like this occur because the river is shifting course. It's constantly undercutting the banks where the trees live. And it's sort of a natural process that it cuts the bank out and the trees fall in.
Getting the tree off to the side of the river.
Well, I think it's a great thing. I mean, we want to make the river as safe as possible for everybody that wants to use it.
Lane County Sheriff's Office says despite the tree's removal, people hitting the water need to still be cautious.
This does help make the river a little bit safer. It doesn't make it safe for everybody, though. We want to make sure that everybody realizes that even though we remove this, the river's still a very dangerous place.
Well, today, friends of the 2 victims were there watching the removal of the root. Within the last 2 weeks, the Sheriff's Office says 66-year-old Larry Atten and 35-year-old Andrew Terrell hit that root ball and died. Their friends didn't want to go on camera, but say they're happy the hazard is now gone, hoping that it will prevent more deaths. Live in the studio, Rhoda Cross, KECI 9 News.